Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we're going to be taking a look on some tips on how to solo tier 3 raids. The question is if I'm a battler, why do I care about this? It's because Niantic has dropped a really unique event. I think it's called Super Effective Week, and they're basically helping trainers learn super effective typing, and one of the bonuses is a guaranteed charge TM for 3-star raids. So for tier 3 raids, not tier 4, not tier 5, and for tier 3 raids, the classic way of doing it is to solo it, which means one trainer, go ahead and beat it. And this is one of my former pastimes and one thing that I used to really enjoy doing, soloing raids. So we're going to go ahead and try to figure out how you can solo raids if this is something you're interested in, and it should be if you're really hurting for TMs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to pokebattler.com. And we're going to click on raids. It'll bring you to this page. And we're going to go to the tier 3 group. And you'll see easy group raid. Tier 3 raids are targeted for 2 level 30, 40 players. They can be sold by a level 40 player with a little bit of luck and perfect gameplay with awesome Pokemon. I actually don't think that's true. You can certainly use less than optimal Pokemon. Certainly less than level 40 Pokemon with as long as you bring the right counters. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on Machamp. And we're going to click on no friendship because you're going to be in the raid by yourself. And we're going to change the level to, let's first take a look at level 20. So when we take a look at level 20, what I like to do is go through each moveset to evaluate the viability of each Pokemon. So when we go to counter Rock Slide, what we'll see is that the time to win right here is 130 seconds. We have 180 seconds to do the raid. So you'll see that, but you'll also see that Mewtwo faints 7 times. Going into a raid, you can only bring 6 Pokemon in your first battle party, then you can feint, then you can heal and go back in. But I would say you could probably go with 6 Side Strike Mewtwo's and be fainted down by Rock Slide, and then go back in another team. But it's also a little risky. You're probably better off dodging some Rock Slides, which I'll include a link in the description on how to dodge by one of my good friends, Oscar. Really effective video, but what I think is a little bit better is actually to use some weather boosted Mewtwo's. And you'll see that when we go to that same moveset, counter Rock Slide, you'll see that the number of feints goes from 7 to 4, which means you don't need to do any dodging. You just need to do Confuse and Side Strike. You could also use Psychic, and it will also yield pretty similar results. You can also use Pokemon like Latios. Latios will be with Zen Headbutt Psychic, will be able to, or a combination of them, will be able to beat every moveset as long as you have a team of 6 with Zen Headbutt and Psychic. Metagross is good for every moveset except for Counter and Dynamic Punch, where it goes to 8 feints. And this is also a Zen Headbutt Psychic. Most Metagrosses are gonna have Meteor Mash, so just take that into consideration. But a mix of Mewtwo and Latios at least minimum level 25 will be able to allow you to beat every moveset of Machamp, regardless of what it has, and to beat it within the 180 seconds. When we go to Onix is a Pokemon with extremely low attack and very high defense. As you can see in this chart, it has much higher defense than the other 3 tier 3 raid bosses. And we're going to go to level 20, and you'll see that for Onix, we're more worried about the time to win. And you'll see that for every moveset, it doesn't really matter. Onix is not going to hit very hard, so it really doesn't matter. And they're not hitting with the water types for super effective, or the grass types. And basically, you can beat it with 3. Well, let's see the worst case scenario. Probably 3 level 40 3 level 20 Kyogres, or you can use Kyogre, Kingler, Roserade, Claudon. You can use your Great League Claudon if you want to. You can probably use a team of Great League Pokemon to be able to beat Onix. It's a very simple and easy raid boss to defeat. It's just very slow. It'll take 140 seconds, which when you're battling it, it feels like forever. But pretty easy raid boss, and definitely one I would target even if you have not very strong counters. As long as you have basically anything that's super effective, you can use a Torterra if you wanted to, or in Polion, you could probably Polion would be kind of borderline, but there's a number of different Pokemon that you can use to be able to defeat Onyx pretty easily. And when we go to Persian is a normal type Pokemon, as you probably know, with like pretty low defense, but it has some pretty interesting moves that can make it a little bit difficult. So you'll see that Power Gem and Foul Play are both resisted by fighting type Pokemon, but Play Rough is not resisted, and it actually deals super effective damage to fighting type Pokemon. You could use Regigigas, for example, if you have the fighting hidden power, but that's pretty unlikely. So we're likely going to have to go up a few levels. And when we look at it, we'll see that when it goes to Play Rough, you'll still have more than 6 faints, which means you'll have to relobby. And it's just like the game gets very glitchy and unreliable when you have to relobby in a solo raid. What you may not be familiar with is that in a raid, if you are out of the raid for whatever reason, the raid boss regenerates health and makes the raid almost impossible. So I recommend for Persian, just because it has access to Play Rough, which is going to be the hardest moveset to solo. I recommend that you go to bring level 30 Machamps with Counter and Dynamic Punch, or Hariyamas, basically any of the top fighting Pokemon with double fighting moves will be able to yield you good enough results to be able to successfully solo Persians. Obviously, for Power Gem and for Foul Play, which is going to be 2/3 of the movesets, you're going to be able to use like level 25, level 20 fighting type Pokemon. But just so that you don't have to worry about the moveset, I recommend that you bring level 30 top tier fighting Pokemon as listed here. Alolan Raichu is a very interesting Pokemon because it has a very wide and diverse move pool. So when we go to level 20 counters, you'll see that Alolan Raichu has access to Wild Charge, Psychic, Grass Knot, and Thunder Punch. So it has access to 3 different types of charge moves, 4 different charge moves in total, which gives it really great coverage. So when we take a look at Volt Switch Wild Charge, you'll see that Giratina Origin Form, which deals super effective damage with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball, will do quite well against the Electric and Grass versions, and even Thunder Punch, but will fare a little bit more poorly against Volt Switch Psychic because it does not resist Psychic types. So right now there is no, but I guess besides Hydreigon maybe. But how many people are going to have Hydreigon? It's going to be pretty rare, so I didn't include that one. So we're going to go to level 25, and you'll see at level 25, facing Volt Switch Psychic, you'll see that Giratina's feints go down below 6. So what I recommend is to have level 25 Giratinas, or use a mix of some different Pokemon. Mewtwo with Shadow Ball, using Psycho Cut Shadow Ball at level 25 will also be able to allow you to guarantee take out every moveset from Alolan Raichu. You can also, if you're not interested, if you're, for example, don't have level 25 Giratinas or level 25 Mewtwo's, you can certainly try to figure out what the charge move is and then back out and then go in with the appropriate counter using PokeBattler.com. So when we go back and take a look, I prepared this little list thing here that says Tier 3 Solo beat every moveset. And for Machamp, if you want to beat every moveset using level 25 counters, I recommend that you use Mewtwo. And that's with Confusion, Psystrike, Latios with Zen Headbutt and Psychic. If you're going to use level 30 counters, I recommend Metagross with Zen Headbutt Psychic, and then Espeon with Confusion and Psychic. And that'll allow you to beat every moveset. This doesn't take into consideration Weather Boost. For the most part, Weather Boost won't dramatically swing the results. if you go for Onyx, there's like a whole bunch of Pokemon. Use pretty much any Pokemon that has a strong water type move and water type stats, or a strong grass Pokemon with moderate or high stats. And when it comes to Persian, I recommend level 30. This will allow you to have enough bulk and be able to deal enough damage to deal with the play rough variant. And then if you're facing a lone Raichu, I recommend at level 25 Giratina Origin Form, or at level 30 I recommend Mewtwo with Psycho Cut, Shadow Ball, and Garchomp with Mud Shot and Earthquake. Obviously you can use very specific counters to the very specific movesets, but this is like a good snapshot that you can use to be able to successfully solo the tier 3 raid bosses currently available, so you can get as many charge teams as you want. So I'm going to leave you there. If you guys like this video, or if you guys want to see more of this type of video, let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll see everyone in the next video.